demolition of derelict or substandard properties, street and sidewalk improvements, park improvements, protective services for victims of domestic violence, or low-cost transportation for senior citizens or the handicapped. We asked the city's Community Development Block Grant Coordinator about the yearly decision-making process that determines how block grant money is spent.
The Planning Commission reviews both what the staff has recommended as well as tries to get as much input as possible from the citizens. And they then make a recommendation and send that on to council, at which time council decides by listening to the public and to the Planning Commission's recommendation what would be the best use of the funds for the city of Southfield to address the specific needs of the city of Southfield.
Determining the best use of funds is a difficult task with block grants. Requests for funding far exceed the money available. Our first report in this series focuses on a typical program. It's called TOSS, which stands for Transportation of Southfield Seniors. Every weekday, 2 large vans and an automobile bearing the TOSS name and phone number are out and about town. The vehicles provide much-needed rides to and from local medical or dental clinics, business offices, or banks for hundreds of seniors and handicapped residents living in Southfield or Lathrop Village. Odie Lemons is a retiree living at McDonald Towers. She rides TOSS vehicles several times a week to doctor's appointments at an out-of-pocket round-trip cost of about $4. She considers the service to be a necessity.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to get there if I didn't have, I have to get somebody from the outside. And it costs us a lot to get someone else to take you. So this is really wonderful for us, people like me, my age, to get about. Because there's no way for me to get about. So it's really wonderful.
TOSS has received a $25,000 yearly share of block grant money for the past 6 years. That's about half what it costs to provide the service. The nominal riding fees and donations from area hospitals and private citizens pay the balance of costs for a part-time staff consisting of a manager, drivers, and dispatchers. Since 1992, TOSS ridership has grown from about 2,600 riders annually to more than 3,600. Operations manager Mike Barish says that without TOSS, the lives of seniors and their families would change.
Well, the seniors would have to find other people to drive them. One of the most often stated facts of seniors is that they don't have to bother their children in order to drive them. Their children, most time, mothers and fathers, husbands and wives are working, and they'd have to take off work in order to take care of their parents, take them to the medical things. Here they're relieved of that responsibility for a very slight amount of money.
Jeanette McLemore has worked 2 years as a TOSS dispatcher. She says a sad part of her job is telling seniors who live in cities without a similar service that TOSS cannot provide them with transportation to doctors located in Southfield. But she adds that when TOSS does help qualified riders, they're often very grateful.
Sometimes that's where your rewards come after a particular frustrating day, and you'll get someone who really uses the service and accepts the service and says, oh, it's been great, because they have no other way of getting where they want to go.
Lisa, the TOSS program, of course, is only one of the recipients of funds. However, the bulk of block grant monies in Southfield go towards housing-related programs.
Dan will be reporting on this in future editions of City Connection.
We sure will.
Southfield school officials are issuing an unwelcome reminder for youngsters. Summer vacation will end early this year. Classes begin on Friday, August 23rd, a full week before the Labor Day holiday. School officials warn that any student not fully enrolled and in attendance by the first day of classes may forfeit his or her place in class. The result? Student and parent may have to go through the hassle of a full re-enrollment process. The strict policy is due to tougher rules on state-mandated instructional hours, as well as a growing workload from class planning and school staffing.
Summer vacation isn't just a time for outdoor fun. Even in the sunniest weather, you're likely to find a lot of kids gladly spending some time indoors at the Southfield Public Library. What's attracting them is the library's summer programs. Among the bookshelves, events like scavenger hunts and puppet shows are keeping kids smiling while keeping their minds active. Here's a chance to share a little of their fun and fascination.
Well, we're here because of the Southfield Summer Library Program. That's why we're inside.
Dan, we've all heard of fun in the sun. Now we know there's also summertime fun by the ton in the library.
Now if they can just come up with an idea for having summer fun in the office.
I'm always hoping.
Well, that's it for this edition of City Connection.
For Dan Casey and the entire City Connection team, I'm Lisa Hawkins. Thanks again for watching.